Yes, guys, we are continuing the last question, 12th question, in which conic section we are discussing about. Okay. So, up to now, I was just discussing about parabola. Parabola is the section of a cone or conic section, just simply conic. Okay, in which value of E, the eccentricity, which is a ratio of the distance of a point on a parabola from a fixed point. Okay, ratio of the point from a fixed point to the ratio of the distance from a fixed line. So SA or AS upon AT is equal to 1 in this case, because E is equal to 1, eccentricity is 1. Let me just, this I'll take later. First let me discuss about this. What is this? So the parabola is the case when a point moves in such a manner that its distance from a fixed point is equal to its distance from a fixed line. And the fixed line is known as directrix. I have written down here, known as directrix. S is known as focus point. Let me take this is the vertex of this. Now vertex, if I take this as the axis of x, axis of x is this. This is origin O. This is phi x. Now, actually, this is topic of coordinate geometry, but conic section is a geometrical figure or this two-dimensional figure. Because of that, I have taken this here. Otherwise, this topic mostly is discussed in coordinate geometry. So, I'll take some help of coordinate geometry also here. Well, with the help of coordinate geometry only, this is discussed. Okay, so conic section is a part of coordinate geometry. But here, I have taken this because of the ellipse is a closed figure. The area of which is area of which is B into pi into AB. Area of ellipse is pi into AB, because the questions based on ellipse or area of an ellipse has come in competitive examinations. Because of that, I have taken here. So I'll talk about the questions based on conic section. What kind of questions are coming on parabola, ellipse, and hyperbola? That I'll discuss about later. But now I'm talking about some brief introduction of all these conic sections, circles, everything. Okay, some facts regarding them. What are the facts here? So I was talking about this. Let me further discuss about this. Now there are 4 types of parabolas. I mean, there are 4 kinds of parabolas. What can be the parabola here? This is also a topic of, it's a topic of coordinate geometry. So suppose there is coordinate geometry here in this plane. Let me take this is x-axis, origin, and this is y-axis, y-axis, x-axis. Now this is one of the parabola here. If I take parabola, this is the vertex of it. Same with the parabola. The equation of this parabola is, if I take here, suppose this is directrix. This is the directrix at the distance is x equal to minus a here. Where it is, suppose focus is here, this focus f, okay, and we have taken a p point here. P is, let me take fy point. Coordinate of p are x and y. If I join this, p, let me take here. And from this directrix, if I draw perpendicular from this point, this perpendicular distance here. Okay, so and suppose this is z point here. Z, and this is f. Focus are taken here. This is origin O. This distance is a0. Coordinates of f point are a0, a and 0. 0 is bi-coordinate, x is a. Okay, so now this distance will give us what is this PA length. PA length is equal to this P by perpendicular length of this point from this point here. Now coordinates of this is minus a. X coordinate is minus a here, okay, and this is minus a here. And because of this, okay, this point is minus a and this is 0. Y coordinate is 0 here on this point. Okay, so the coordinates of this point, if I take minus a and 0, so if I just equate this equation of the parabola is obtained as, so we can say that pf upon pj is equal to 1. Because here this is eccentricity, let me take eccentricity. But for parabola, eccentricity, which is known as E, is a ratio which is eccentricity known as eccentricity. The relationship between the distance of the point P on the parabola from a fixed point and from a fixed line. This is directrix. Equation of directrix is x equal to minus a for x plus a equal to 0. Equation of the directrix is x equal to minus a for x plus a equal to 0. In this case, this is minus a distance. Coordinates here is minus a and 0. Okay, and this is y we have taken here, minus a and y, because this height is y, this is y here. Y is positive coordinate, this is minus a and y. So what is the equation finally we obtain? This distance is x minus a, okay, distance between these 2 points is x minus a whole square plus y square, because y minus 0 whole square is equal to is x plus a whole square, okay, and y minus y is 0. So if we solve it, we will get y square equal to 4ax. Because x square x is cancelled out, this is twice ax, this is twice ax. We will obtain here y square equal to 4ax. So this is y square is equal to 4ax. Okay, because this is perpendicular distance of P from this directrix is minus a and y, this point is. So this is x plus a whole square, x plus a whole square only, and this is y minus y is 0, plus 0. If I open this hole, it will be x square plus a square minus twice ax equal to, sorry, plus y square, let me write here y square plus y square is equal to x square plus twice ax plus a square is cancelled out. Okay, and this x square cancelled out. Only twice a has taken to this side, or this minus twice a taken to that side. Y square equal to 4ax. This is the equation of the parabola here. The equation of the parabola is y square equal to 4ax. Similarly, we can obtain other parabolas. What can be the other parabolas? Let me write some points here. Okay, so this is a brief introduction of parabola. There are certain form of the parabolas. Let me note about them. Okay, let me just look about the form of the parabolas. Okay, so these are the, this is discussion about conic section, parabola, ellipse, hyperbola. We'll talk about them. I'm talking about them. First is parabola we are talking about. There are 4 kinds of material, y equal to 4ax. And this is known as leftward. So this is, sorry, rightward. This is rightward. Rightward. And y square equal to minus 4ax. This is leftward. Okay, this is leftward here. Y square equal to minus 4ax. Alright, then x square equal to 4ay. This is upward parabola. Top of that, and x square equal to minus 4ay. This is downward. So these are the 4 form of the parabolas. I'll talk about them. These equations will be taken as okay, and here E is equal to eccentricity is 1. The ratio of the distance of the point from a fixed point and its distance from a fixed line is equal. E is equal to 1. The distance that SP, or we can take FP, sorry, P point we have taken here. So PS, let me take S with the focus, is equal to here PZ. This distance equal to this distance. In this case, what PS upon PZ equal to 1. E is 1. Eccentricity is the ratio. This ratio in case of ellipse, for example, in case of ellipse, PS upon PZ is equal to E, which is less than 1. Here eccentricity is less than 1. In that situation, PS is less than PZ. Okay, so in that situation, for the equation of the ellipse, let me talk about ellipse now. Okay, so all these things we will talk about when we take this topic, these questions based on them. Now, in case of ellipse, let me talk about. Now, this is form of the ellipse, elliptical. We say ellipse or elliptical here. This is the axis of y. Let me take axis of x here. This is proper. One is just elliptical. Now, if I take a point here, let me take this is P point. X y coordinates of this are there, and this is focus. Or let me take here, this is the focal point, and here it is direct. Okay, and from this perpendicular we are dropped. Points of this point are A, E, and 0. This is focus point here. Let me take P S. Let me take PS. This is PM. Let me take perpendicular. Okay, so here PS upon PM is equal to this. The equation of this equation, this will be obtained as, because this is A and this is PXY, and here the points are, this is minus A from this distance. Okay, so we will take the equation of the ellipse. Equation of the ellipse. Let me take equation of the ellipse. I'm just talking about them in brief. The ellipse is x square upon a square, y square upon b square is equal to 1. Okay. So, and this is second focus here. Okay. The length of this point is, this is A0. This is minus A0. At this point, this total is twice A. Total length is twice A. Okay. Total length is twice A. And if I take this, let me take Z point here. This is M dash point. No problem. This distance again, ZS upon ZM dash is less than 1. Okay, or is it equal to E, which is less than 1. In that situation, okay, we can have this equation which will be like this. So xy in the form of xy x upon a square, because E here is less than 1. Okay, so eccentricity. In this situation, equation of the ellipse is of this kind. We will talk about them. How do we find out this quantity? This is B length B upon minus B here, and total length, this is minor axis, major axis we talk about. Major axis, total length is about A dash point. This is A point here. Let me take now Z, A point here, or A1, A2, B say A or A dash we take. This is origin O, this is y axis, y dash axis, this is x axis, x axis. Only in coordinate geometry, this system. This is origin here. Okay, so this focus, and the focus is here. This is S dash. Okay, so now this point P moves in such a manner that its distance from a fixed point and the ratio of the distance from a fixed point and from a fixed line. This is again directress here. This is directress. The line is, this is straight line. From this we have measure the perpendicular distance here. Okay, so this is known as directress here. This is focus. From focus, this is A here. So x minus A, okay, plus y square is equal to this value. The distance of this point will be, this is minus A, we can take, or this point is A here, this is minus A, same distance from this point. Okay, if I take this as vertex of this point is A, E0, or A0, sorry. From this distance is minus A, sorry, this is plus A. Okay, so, and this is y point here, x y point, x will be A point. Okay, so this total value is calculated and equation of the ellipse is this. Okay, so the detailed discussion we will take this later on. So in that situation, the total discussion of this we will take. Now let me talk about hyperbola. The equation of the hyperbola is what? Okay, now let me take the hyperbola here. Again, coordinate geometry. This is x plus x, point this is y and y dash. Again, now here it is hyperbola. Okay, so again we take a point here. Directrix of this is here also again directrix. There are two directrices here. This is origin. This is directrix here. Okay, again we take point P here. Suppose x y coordinates are there, and this is focus. Okay, again perpendicular distance from this point. This is P and okay, this is S point here. This is A again 0. Distance in this point. Now equation of hyperbola is x square upon a square minus y square upon b square. In case of ellipse, okay, this is the equation only can be x square upon b square if b is greater than a. In that situation, a is greater than, in this case, b greater than 0. Both are positive. Okay. In the first case, now in this case, b plus y square upon a square is equal to 1. And this is x square upon a square minus y square upon b square is equal to 1. This is hyperbola. This is ellipse and this is hyperbola here. So hyperbola we are having double parabola type. Okay, this is a parabola. This is another parabola. So because two conic sections on two napes, we have slashed the two napes where the generator is not parallel to the the plane is not parallel to the generator here. Okay, so in that situation, hyperbola is obtained. Okay, and its value, when it's not parallel to the generator, then this hyperbola is obtained. Hyperbola is obtained from two napes of the cone. Conic sections we were talking about. Okay, and one is from this and one is from this. This is a plane and this is the plane. Suppose these two planes are intersecting or cutting or slicing two portions from these two napes, then this hyperbola is obtained. Okay, so this hyperbola is having equation x square upon a square and y square upon b square is this, and here again E is, now in this case E is greater than 1. Now this distance PS is greater than PM, so PS upon PM is equal to E, which is greater than 1. Okay, or PS is greater than PM in this equation. Okay, all these things we will discuss when I take the questions. What is eccentricity? How to calculate the value of eccentricity? Now, in case of eccentricity is given in terms of A and B. Okay, where A and B, the values of this A and B, minor axis, major axis values. Okay, so this A and B, in terms of A and B, eccentricity is given in case of hyperbola and ellipse. Okay, that we will calculate. But in case of parabola, E is 1. Okay, so all these conic sections, ellipse, parabola, hyperbola, we will talk about. Or first parabola, then ellipse and hyperbola. So we will take questions. When I take questions, one by one, I'll take first questions based on parabola. How to find out eccentricity E, value of eccentricity in case of ellipse and hyperbola. So that value we will calculate. Okay, so that is the final point here today. Okay, so this are discussed about conic sections. Now in conic sections, a lot of things are there. We will discuss more than. It's not a minor topic, major topic. Okay, so eccentricity is just a base of eccentricity is we have to find out eccentricity here. This is greater than 1. In case of ellipse, it is less than 1. In case of parabola, it is equal to 1. Okay, so equation of the parabola, 4 kinds of parabolic equation. In this case, 2 types of parabola. This elliptical equation. Now this is ellipse. In this case, major axis is x-axis. Okay, major axis is this value of this A is greater than B. So this is major axis. Now this major axis can be this y-axis also. There are 2 kinds of. In that situation, B will be greater than A. Okay, so that is x square upon b square plus y square upon b square. That is this kind of form of the ellipse. Now hyperbola is having these kind of form. Now here it is under focus. This is focus here. Okay, so from this point we can take here either this. Okay, here we can take another point E. Okay, this is V dash, let me take V dash here. Again, X by V point we have taken. Okay, so in this way, the hyperbola we discuss about essentially and everything. Value of essentially is sums of A and B. What is that? We discuss about these facts. Okay, or I mean questions based on this. Then I'll talk about all these things in detail. Okay, so this is the topic for today. Now this ends this whole conic section, and this topic is now ends. Now in the next lecture series, I'll take questions based on each type. And first, lines and angles. Okay, after that, parallels and related angles. These two topics are two questions, first and second. What are the angles and lines? Then what are the parallels and related angles? Okay, to them. Then third, what are the triangles? Triangles, based on triangles, equilateral triangles, I'll take one lecture series completely. There are a number of lecture series, 1, 2, and then what do you mean by geometric centers? Okay, this is another fourth lecture. Then what are the important facts about geometric centers? We have taken here fourth and fifth question, one lecture series. And what are the basics of similarity of triangles? Similarity and congruency. When triangles are said to be congruent, so congruency and similarity, sixth and seventh lecture series will form. In this way, number of lecture series are there. That I'll take later on, just to clarify what is geometry or completed examples, so that one can have mastery over the topic here. Okay, I'll take them in detail, not at the moment. This was a brief introduction, but otherwise topic should be increased. In the next lecture series, I'll talk about other things. I mean the questions based on every topic. First, I'll talk about what are the areas and perimeters. And after discussing about areas and perimeters of each topic, then questions based on them. Okay, areas and perimeters, how to find area of different kinds, and then perimeters. Okay, so that is the next topic we talk about. Then questions based on that. Okay, then see you in the next lecture series.